So hey guys, welcome to another Warframe video, and today we're going to take a quick look at one of the big boy guns you can get from Heart of Deimos, and it's going to be the Trumna explosive primary rifle. Now, to get all the blueprints for the Trumna, you'll have to be the rank of associate or higher with the Entrati, and then you can simply buy them from Father. So you'll need a barrel blueprint for 2.5k, then the Trumna blueprint, which costs 5,000 and combines all the different weapon parts with a Seri glass shard, which you can only get from Grandmother for 20 Grandmother tokens. Jesus Christ. This is essentially an additional 30,000 standing cost. Then you will need the receiver blueprint, which is 2,500, and finally the stock blueprint, which is once again 2,500. So it is a very expensive weapon indeed. Now, the Trumna requires at least Mastery rank 13 to use, and it does 82 damage per shot. 53 is heat and 29 is impact. And it comes with 24% crit chance, a 2.2 times crit multiplier, a 200 round magazine with a 5-second reload, and a 30% status chance. Now, the primary fire will also splash 50 heat in a radius of 1.6 meters with a 15% fall off, and the weapon also comes with a unique mechanic, where once you kill 5 enemies with the primary fire, you can use a secondary fire that fires a bouncing ball that explodes every time it bounces. And this one does 100 impact damage on, well, impact, and 1,000 heat damage with a radius of 6 meters with the explosion. Plus, it has super juiced secondary stats. It comes with 38% crit chance, a 2.4 times crit multi, and a 50% status chance. Now, I've tried a bunch of different builds for the Trumna, but the one I ended up liking the most requires 4 Forma where you add 4 Vs. And it's running Serration for damage, Split Chamber for multi-shot, Point Strike for crit chance, Vital Sense for crit damage, then Vigilante Supplies, mainly for the set bonus so that we have a chance to enhance a crit on our primary weapon, which the Trumna is. Argon Scope for even more crit chance on a headshot, but there are kind of like 3 things you can run here. Argon Scope is great if you're going with the Hunter Munitions route because it makes crits more reliable, so it makes the slash procs more reliable. Thermite rounds, which gives you more status and makes the heat procs more reliable, or you can go with fire rate. With the fire rate actually feeling the best. The problem with adding fire rate on the weapon is the more fire rate you have, the faster you shoot through your magazine, and the more often you have to reload. And I'm just not doing that. But anyway, next up we have Hunter Munition, so that whenever we crit, there's a 30% chance we will leave behind a slash proc, and to top it all off, we're gonna run Malignant Force and Rhyme rounds for status and viral. Now, as far as the performance is concerned, the primary fire is pretty solid. It's not as good as a primarily slash-based weapon because we're only getting slash from Hunter Munitions, but it's not too bad. But when it comes to the secondary fire, that one is kind of bonkers, especially if you manage to proc Hunter Munitions with it, because the slash proc is gonna be huge. And that was versus the Grenier, where the weapon is definitely at its weakest. When it comes to the infestation, the weapon will tear through them even with the primary fire, and the secondary fire is just a nice cherry on top. I mean, yep, that's a lot of damage. And for the Corpus, well, it feels like they die probably even faster than the infestation from the primary fire, though the secondary fire can sometimes derp up and not break through their shield gating. But then again, since the ball bounces over and over and over again, and you can also multi-shot it so that you can have 2 balls bouncing around at the same time, they're probably gonna get hit twice and die anyway. And now we come to the conclusion. So what do I actually think about the Trumna? Well, I like it. It is ridiculously expensive in terms of standing because you need to get the blueprints as well as the shard from Grandmother, but I'm going to give it a thumbs up and recommend you try it out if you're not too short on standing, because the weapon is really fun, and not just because of the evil bouncy ball of doom. The primary fire is actually quite nice as well. Now, I was horrified when I first checked the stats after buying the weapon and I realized that it has a 5-second reload, but it's honestly not too bad. You have 200 rounds in the mag, you consume 1 round every time you shoot, you don't fire too fast, and the secondary fire doesn't consume any ammo at all. The weapon also kicks quite a bit, by the way, but it only kicks on the first few shots. It stabilizes afterwards, so what you do is you start by aiming a little bit lower, you let it kick up, and then you just keep it there. And that is pretty much all I wanted to say, so I thank you very much for watching. As always, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video and it was helpful, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.